Hey everybody, it's Amanda from the Little Bluebird Gallery, and I'm in my studio today getting some things ready to ship, and I wanted to show you how I finish a painting so that it is waterproof and dustproof and ready for you to hang and display in your house without worrying about all the things that could happen to it otherwise. So as you're coming on, say hello, leave me a comment, let me know where you're watching from. And we're going to talk about varnish today, which is not really a topic that would be something that everybody might be interested in. But if you're an artist, this is something that you need to be aware of, you need to know about, you need to make sure that you do to your paintings so that they are going to last for a really long time. Especially if you are selling your work to people, you want your customers to get something that's going to last for a lifetime. And there are lots of different kinds of varnishes that you can use, of course. But my favorite to use, especially on my paintings that are just acrylic paint, is this Liquitex Varnish. And it comes in a lot of different sheens, or whatever you want to call that, as far as a gloss or matte, or this is a satin, and it's kind of an in-between. So it's not really shiny, but it's not completely flat and matte either. And I'm going to show you how I use it and demonstrate it on this painting, which is sold, by the way, but you can paint your own if you want to. If you want to learn how to paint a little nest like this, we did this over on my YouTube channel last week, and you can still go back and watch that. I was live while I was teaching it, but you can still go back and watch it and learn from that. So let's talk about this for just a second. I'm going to show you there is gloss medium, which is going to give you a finish that is glossy, and it kind of reflects light a little bit, and so it gives it a little bit more of an oil painting type finish. Some people really like the glossy look. Then there's also a matte varnish, and that just means it's going to be flat. There's not going to be any shine to it at all. Some people really like that, especially with more modern art. People really like the more matte finish. And then there's the satin finish, and this is the one that I use most often. And these are all liquids, so these are all going to need to be applied with either a brush or a sponge, something that you put on using your hands. I'm going to use this sponge to do that with in just a minute. But also there are spray varnishes, and they're really good, but you've got to go outside to do this. Do not spray any type of varnish like this in a small enclosed area like my studio. This is one of the reasons why I really like using this, is because the odor is nothing like what you would be breathing if you tried to do this in a small little room. So for things like my really big paintings, I've used a spray varnish, and it comes in the same kinds of finishes as far as the gloss and the matte and the satin and all that good stuff. So it just depends on what it is that you're going to varnish, how big it is, what the medium is, and there are lots of different things you have to consider when you're working on something and you want to finish it. But just to show you, this one right here, like I said, I painted it, I can't remember what night that was, probably Thursday night, over on Facebook. I'm not on Facebook, on YouTube Live. And it's still there if you want to go and watch it. But I was using some paint that has a little bit of a shine, and the sides are not quite the same finish. So another reason why I like to do this is because, especially if you're using like mixed media, then you're going to have paper, you're going to have paint, you may have some kind of really cool medium that you've mixed in with something, and you're going to have a bunch of different kinds of finishes on your piece. And so you want it to be unified, and you want it to all have the same finish. And this is the best way for you to do that. So when I'm finished, the top, and if I do the sides too, it will all have that same finish, that satin finish. So let's just do that real quick. Also, over in my creative community, I did a whole tutorial video showing how different varnishes look and giving them some examples of when to use what. So you could access that video over in that area in the creative community. If you're not a member of my creative community, that is my painting group, online painting group, where we learn new things about mixed media and palette knife art every week. If you notice, I'm just taking this sponge and I'm just wiping it across the surface, adding a little bit more. But if you want to learn more about varnishes and so many other topics, then my creative community is the place where you can do that. See how easy this is with the sponge? And you don't have to put a very thick coat either. Just put a really light coat. When this dries, it will all be the same finish. And I'm going to put a little bit more on top. You may want to let it dry some in between. And also, you can kind of stipple like this, and that will make sure it gets in all those little crevices when you're using a palette knife. Sometimes you have little crevices in there that you need to get it down in. And that's it, you guys. That will seal your painting. Acrylic paintings don't have to be sealed, but it's a good idea to do that. And it will make it last for a really long time, and it will make it a more unified finish on your product. So let me see if I can see comments here. For some reason, Facebook's not showing me what you guys are saying. Let's see if I comment, maybe it'll, there we go. Okay. Let's see. Hi, everybody. Deidre said that's why I use a spray varnish outside. Yes, the smell of your your spray varnish it's just like using spray paint indoors, which you know is not good. You can't do that. Let's see if I have any questions here. Hi, Kim, and hi, Sandra. All right, and thank you those of you who said you liked my new setup here. Like I said the other day, we're doing some big things in my business and changing some things and offering some new things. So today, I'm going to be shipping this. This is a painting that was sold, so I'm going to be shipping this in a little while. But also today is the first day that my new business tribe is going to have some live training over in their Facebook group. So I'm really excited about that too. And that starts at 1 o'clock. So if you're not in our business tribe yet, you still have time to join before we have our very first live chat and get to know each other and talk about how we can all help each other with our creative businesses. So if you want to, number one, if you want to join my painting group and learn more about the actual painting and like varnish, things like that we just did on this live video, then that's my creative community. If you're interested in the business side of things and how I'm doing the things that I'm doing online and turning my hobby into a business, then you could join my new creative business tribe. And we're going to have those links there for you here in the video. And you guys can join at any time. They're both open. You can watch the live videos in the business tribe. You can watch the replays if you're not there for the live videos. So don't worry about that. But if you want to get in before we even get started and have our very first training time, then now's the time to do that, because we're going to start at 1 o'clock today. And I'm going to go on over and start getting ready for that. But I will see you guys later. And I hope this was helpful to you with different ideas about varnishes. And if you want to know more about different types of varnishes and how to seal your paintings, then that information is over in my creative community. If you're a creative community member, then you can look in the archives and find that video, and there's a lot more information there for you to learn about this. But let's see if I have any other questions. I'm not seeing anything right now, so I'm going to go and get ready for our business tribe video for today, and I hope to see some of you guys over there. I'll see you next time. Bye.